Yes, welcome to the show. Wait, me or the guests?
I'm done recording. Show's over.
Oh, would you go? Would you talk about
Talked about you.
who? You just you and you?
Yeah, just
Oh,
talked about you and your dick sucking mustache.
sounds like
Your cum catcher.
sounds like you're the one with more issues than me.
Nah. All right. But seriously, are we ready?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Let's get this party started. How you been, big guy?
I say you go first, man, because it's been a hell of a ride, dude. It's been a hell of a
Yeah,
ride the past
yeah,
what
yeah.
3 weeks.
That's what I've kind of been wanting to hear.
Um, I guess let me just go backwards because I don't remember when was the last time we were online together.
Um, I'm not supposed to say while you're recording.
All right, so after I guess the last time, now I'll just go in chronological order from what I can remember. I was doing, I was supposed to be TDY like out of state going to this school, and they canceled it like in person because of COVID.
Yeah,
And
we covered that.
yeah, but I was actually doing the class now, so I was doing the class. Um, and it was kind of miserable because I would do the class. I had to make the 6 o'clock in the morning hot hit time because it's on the East Coast, and then I get like an hour break for lunch at like 10:30, which sucked because that's not really lunchtime for me. And then I get back online, and I probably get off about 1500, and then I just spend like an hour or two with the kid and the woman, and then I'm packing boxes, and then I'm loading them into a U-Haul, and then I'm driving them over here to this government housing, and I'm proceeding to empty this house because they had this weird clearing time, this weird date that they wanted to clear. It was just a pain in the ass. Long story short, it was just a lot of moving and moving and moving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
And that's why you're late tonight because we're getting a late start tonight.
Well, well, today is different. Today is.
And that's our time. Thanks for coming out.
mm,
Though our start time is about our usual end time.
Actually, it is, but I mean, we're about 7 minutes from the end time, roughly. It's just, the house is sold. We live in government housing. It's really small. Some of our stuff is still outside. It's been outside for about 2 weeks. So
What about all the animals?
they're here. They are here. They are.
Your cat is noticeably absent.
Yeah, because I put food down before I got on. So
Ah,
they're all munching. Like you can probably they're all down there, and I don't have like a privacy room anymore. So like I gotta kind of keep it down because my son's in that room right over there. But
you have doors though. I could have sworn I saw a door.
yeah, there's a door, but he can definitely hear me. He's a light sleeper. He's a baby, man. Not a lot of babies are heavy sleepers. Mm. But yeah, sold the house, moved some stuff into storage, unpacked some stuff, and now moving stuff in here to make room to pull in more stuff because the stuff that we have the storage doesn't like all the stuff we have outside still doesn't fit in the storage. So yeah,
So are you on base?
no, it's just
Okay.
it's off post housing, so it's military housing that's just not gated.
I was just curious because of I don't know items that they don't necessarily want you having on base.
Yeah, yeah, I gave all those to my buddy who has a gun locker. That's what I did. It's just been a hell of a 2 weeks. What's up with you, man?
Nope, same old, same old. I have another procedure tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Not looking forward to it.
this a
but
back procedure or a butt
no,
procedure?
this is a snippy snip. I'm
Oh,
going in to get fixed.
yeah. Wow. Like the third person I heard get that done recently.
Yeah, maybe just take a hint or something.
Why would I take a hint? Why would I do that?
I don't want to have like random babies popping up and girls are
Children can be annoying, but I think they're blessings, especially if you raise them right. Yeah, well, good luck with that. It's not really a dangerous procedure. I don't hear about too many people dying over something like that, so, but good luck nonetheless.
I'm freaking out a little bit because I didn't get my drugs. They were supposed to give me 3 Valium
Hmm.
before the procedure, and they only gave me 1.
Hmm.
And I know 1 Valium doesn't do much.
Wow. She's ecstatic that she found the appointment slip. I'm like, what is this? What is this? So you didn't get your Valium. What's up with that?
I don't know. I called the doctor's office on Wednesday and was told that they have the IM Valium, whatever, the shot stuff. He's muscular.
Intramuscular, yeah. So you're gonna have to like shoot yourself up.
Well, they would, but I don't know. I'm a little bit gun shy about these. Oh, simple in-office procedures now,
Yeah, I'd be too.
because the last time I had a simple in-office procedure was the most intense pain I've ever felt in my entire life.
And that was just getting your mole removed, right?
No, yeah, that was the first asshole surgery.
Oh, okay. That doesn't seem something. That doesn't seem like something that would be like an in-office procedure, like putting something in your ass, like maybe a
They didn't put
scope.
no, they did not put something in. They excised the tissue,
Oh, okay.
the extra from the extra hole. I told you it was an extra asshole. So it was the abscess was from the drain it. They don't drain it in your ass. They drain it out.
Um.
You look fine. You look fine.
Yeah.
Just if I can read your screen. Stop looking at porn while you're talking to me.
I'm not. I just pulled a light. Use that one. Just use. I just put a Google screen up. It's just my Gmail. So it's brighter, so you can see how sexy I look. Like the LED strip on my desk is out because I can't find the power cord to plug it in. So this is what you get. But see, basically, you had asshole cancer. You had like grown an extra asshole, and that was an in-office procedure. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It wasn't asshole cancer, but
It was asshole cancer. Just, just let it happen. That's exactly what it was.
and that's why I don't have my long flowing locks of hair anymore. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good to me.
You met me after I cut my hair, right?
No.
You met me before?
Well, no. You had short hair. Like you see.
Okay, so you met me after I cut my hair, right?
Yeah. I thought like you cut it again. Like
No.
shaved it.
No, prior to 2003-ish, 4. I don't know. I had long flowing hair.
Yeah. So I've known you after that. So I guess yes, I met you since you cut your long flowing hair.
Going through stuff, cleaning out the office, and going through the shit for my dad's. I found my old headshots, and I was doing like little minor stunt stuff, and thought I was going to be a famous stuntman or something. And
There's still time.
yeah, I guess there is. I'm just don't heal like I used to, man. I've got a buddy who is a legit stuntman.
And
And I'm fucking too old for that shit.
well, if he's your buddy, he must be around your age.
Yeah,
So,
he's been doing it a lot longer, and so he's got a career built up. You need
so
to get started right now.
well, I'm saying so his body's all beat to hell.
He does different stunts. He does
Mm.
he does mostly the motorsport stunts and stuff like that.
Mm.
But
Right, rides a motorbike, so Liam Neeson doesn't have to.
pretty much.
Yeah. Well, what's going on with what's going on with
Well,
the
that's our
back?
time. Thank you for coming out tonight.
You keep doing that. We could do about 20 minutes. We could
No,
do about
yeah, but fine.
maybe 30
I'm fine
minutes.
tonight. All I got to do is make sure I'm able to get up, take a pill by 7, and be at the doctor's office by 8.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I'm just going to go in my jammy pants anyway because they're coming off.
Mm. You know, it's funny. It was like I honestly thought like me getting back on since we hadn't talked in like over 2 weeks. I thought we were gonna talk about like all the awesome stuff that happened.
Yeah.
I figured you definitely would want to talk about the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. I really did.
Kyle who?
Mm. Yeah. You know, right to
Kenosha
self-defense
Kyle.
kind of thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, they should never prosecuted him, but you know, I think the jury did the right thing and did not cave to opinion. I think people are making a bigger deal out of it than it needs to be. I've read some stuff. I mean, you know, there's always all the idiot celebrities chiming in when they don't really know what the fuck's going on. You know, all they know is what the media tells them or sells them, really. And he traveled out of state. He traveled across state lines with an illegal gun and while underage with the intent of shooting people. No, that's fucking bullshit. He traveled 20 minutes. He traveled less time than the guys who got shot.
True.
And yeah, it was. I mean, I don't like throwing the history of the individuals out there because it really has no bearing on the shooting.
Mm-hmm.
What has bearing is the actions of them that night and whatnot. But yeah, those were not nice guys, and yeah. Well, I hope he sues. Like, didn't well, fuck. What was that kid's name?
Nicholas Salmon.
Yeah, he was the guy who was at the protest in D.C. Or like the school was visiting D.C. when there was a protest, and he got caught on tape being confronted by the Native American protester.
Mm-hmm.
But that clip, the clip that made the round show or made it look like he was just, you know, the instigator.
Yeah. The one where the dude's just like banging a drum and in his face and he's just smiling. It's just,
Yeah, and then he got like 25 million
yes.
from how the media portrayed him and stuff.
Hold on. But that was only from CNN, right? Because he was still going after the Twitter guy. Yeah, 250 million, by the way.
250 million. Well, there you go.
And that was Washington Post. So as far as CNN goes, and as far as Jack Dorsey goes, that's still, I think, pending.
He's not going to win anything against Jack Dorsey.
But it'd be nice if he did.
As much as Twitter does its censoring and stuff like that, it should never be considered a um, and I know that that whole publisher versus platform kind of debate, but it shouldn't be a publisher. So I don't think there should be a leg to stand on with Twitter because whatever. But I think he could go after the individuals who like talk shit, and I think Kyle should do the same. I think you know. And
Well,
the thing is, what I find funny. Oh, go ahead.
no, no, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I think it's funny that in that interview he did afterwards. I mean, I haven't watched the interview. I've just seen clips and whatnot, but he's like, yeah, I don't want to be this icon of the right either. He was a Andrew Yang supporter until when he was out or whatever, and just it's
Oh, you talking about Rittenhouse? Yeah,
yeah,
Rittenhouse is he's a lefty for sure.
it's nice to see him standing up for himself and not buying into the bullshit. Like, hey, I want to go to college and I want to go into the nursing program, blah blah blah. That's what I've always wanted to do.
Oh, absolutely. Like there was even people at Fox were like cringing, like when he did because he did the interview with is it
Your
Tucker
boy.
Carlson? Yeah, my boy. And he said he supports BLM, and you just know that there were some people that was like Tucker Carlson probably like. "Ugh." But at the same time, like they didn't cut that part out, and they let him speak his piece, and that's the funny part is like when he says it kind of feels genuine, feels very authentic. It doesn't feel like it's something his lawyer told him to say, and he's on the side of these rioters. I guess he said he agrees with like the movement because he feels like there's still injustice out there or whatever, whatever, whatever.
He's like me. He agrees with BLM, the movement, not BLM Inc.
Mm-hmm. Sure, but either way, he's out there, and again, there's no black people out there, and the people that were killed weren't black people, and the guy that was shot and lived wasn't a black person, and the guy that did it was a white person. Everybody involved is white, and it's really funny. But yeah, he's a lefty. He's a yanger, just like you said, and he supports BLM, and yet the left totally wanted to crucify him, sacrifice for stuff. It's just crazy.
Well, because this was precedent. This is essentially a precedent set that if you are being run down by an angry mob, it is okay to defend yourself with lethal force.
Mm. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what the referendum was. It was on self-defense. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I knew that. I just didn't say that. How about that?
And the fact that that they wanted, the stuff that I saw going around, I didn't actually go into Twitter to look. I'm still trying to stay away. But I did read articles that cited Twitter, cited, I'm making air quotes.
Mm.
Um, people are up in arms saying, "Oh, well, this is it's now legal to murder people while they're protesting." No, that's fucking disingenuous fuck.
Like people, if anybody had actually watched the trial, because um, Ben Shapiro was actually live streaming it on Facebook. So if you were on Facebook and you followed Ben Shapiro, you could actually watch the trial live. So I caught about 4 days worth of trial. Um, there is no way. Like you listen to all this stuff from MSNBC and CNN prior to the trial last year when it happened. And if that's all you listen to, you are wanting this guy's head. You think he's a white supremacist. Even the president, who wasn't the president at the time, was basically, like you just. But if you listen to the facts of the trial, there was no way that it should have went to court, and there's no way that even if it went to court, he should have been found guilty. And
Even if they truly thought he did something wrong, they knew they didn't have enough evidence.
Yes, and that's something
But the
else
fact
that.
that
What's that? Go ahead.
no, but the fact that you had all that evidence that exonerated him, and
Mm-hmm.
they still decided to move forward with this fucking public circus. It's just
I think that's also more of a that's a that in itself is, and I'm not saying it's okay, but that is a reflection of the the district attorney and how much they are influenced by popular culture to go after people, because any district attorney like with a with a set of grapes would have been like, okay, here's the evidence, here's what happened, okay, he's running away, he falls, this guy is grabbing his gun, he shoots him, he proceeds to continue running, he falls again, and this guy starts beating him with a skateboard, like everything that panned out. And then even when which was funny, like I said, I'm guessing you didn't watch any of it, right? You didn't listen.
no.
Okay, so he's in there, like the prosecutor is there, and it's just, I mean, you don't even have to like be a law attorney or anything like that. Like, you watch enough of Law and Order, you watch enough of those, like, you just see the prosecutor, you see the defense attorney, when they get up there and they start asking questions to the witness on the stand, they are asking this guy or this girl questions that they know the answers to, because they know the answers, but they want the jury to know that that's what the answer is. So, Darian, on the night of the blah blah blah, what did you exactly see? Like, and so when he's asking these guys this shit, they're like, I think it was the first four. One of the guys was like, no, that was self-defense. The next one was basically saying, yeah, he said he was going to kill us. Oh, well, what made you feel like you were threatened? The fact that he said he was going to kill us. Shit like that. And it's like, why would you, as the prosecutor, call those people to the stand as witnesses? Like, that makes no sense. And it just seemed like this guy was incompetent as hell. And as the trial went further and further along, I think this guy realized he had just shot himself in the foot so many times that he knew he had an extremely large percentage chance of losing this case. And then it looked like he just kind of went out of his way to try to get a mistrial. He tried to admit evidence that was not admissible, and he tried to admit evidence that the judge said would not be admitted, that it had to be omitted for legal reasons. And it seemed like and then of course right at the very end, when you make your closing statement, he presents his closing statement with better footage of the shooting than the defense attorney had. So that in itself is, that's almost like considered exculpatory evidence, because if you, as the prosecutor, during the investigation of your case, come across some evidence and it actually could disprove your case, you have an obligation to turn it over to the defense, and they didn't. And so it almost seemed like he knew that he was fucked. Maybe his win percentage went from like an 80% to like a 20%, and at the end he was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna go for a stalemate. And so he just, it was terrible. And I'm not a lawyer, but I know the law to some extent, and it was how that guy is still a district attorney. Like, he should have been referred for being disbarred. It was pathetic. He was like intentionally trying to miss trial so that they could retry this guy maybe 12 months down the road, because he already knew he was going to lose. But you have all the people on Twitter that didn't listen to the trial and didn't know any of the evidence. I have friends and stuff, they didn't know the evidence, and they were just saying their piece on Facebook, and it's just interesting how ignorant they were. And I think to some extent they were willfully ignorant because they wanted to believe this. But like what you were saying is, you're saying it was like a referendum more on self-defense, but to these guys it was a referendum on fucking injustice of law with the application of black people. And I'm just still baffled. I'm like, dude, first of all, none of you guys live in Wisconsin. so none of this really affects you. And nobody involved was fucking black. So I don't know what to tell you, man. I really don't. People are crazy. But yeah, if you get a chance, dude, you should definitely go just YouTube Rittenhouse prosecutor shoots himself in the foot and just listen to that shit, and you're gonna facepalm so much. Oh
No,
my
I
god.
don't need to, because I mean, I knew from the get go that it was a losing case. I saw the video myself. I mean, the videos that were presented were, circulated around on Twitter, and they all showed it as self defense.
Mm.
And I mean, the third guy, the guy who lived, you could clearly see he had a fucking gun pointed at him.
Hmm.
It's dumb. It was dumb that they went with it. I mean, I understand at least part of it, but it's still dumb. And now the kid's life is ruined.
I don't think it's ruined. I think he's gonna win all his settlements. Of course they're gonna drag out, but he's gonna win some settlements. Like, I want to know what happens when he sues the president, because he has a case against the president. That's gonna be him. I give a fuck about.
And that's true, because it was before he was president too.
Uh-huh.
And actually, at that time, he wasn't even elected official at all.
No, he was a private citizen.
So he doesn't have immunity or anything like that.
I don't even think he would have immunity as the president, though. Like, I mean, I don't know, but none of that matters, right? And like you said earlier, they were some bad dudes, but it doesn't matter. And I think that's what people focus on, that, oh, well, he crossed state lines, and it's like, so when you cross state lines, that means you don't have a right to self-defense. So if I just walk across the street to New Mexico, I can't defend myself. Like, that doesn't matter. Well, he took a gun across. Like, actually, no, he didn't. He went across the border, and then his friend bought him a gun. Well, it was an illegal gun. Actually, again, no, because the gun that he got was this gun, when initially he was charged with having this gun. Because the judge actually threw that charge out, regardless if he was going to be found innocent or guilty of the murder charges. That charge was already thrown out. So, and it was just like line by line, these people just regurgitating the shit you hear on the mainstream media about, he's like, okay, where is he a white supremacist? Like, nowhere. And none of the people he shot were black.
Oh, but he hung out with the Proud Boys.
Did he?
And the Proud Boys are white supremacists.
Did he?
That was the thing. And he even talked about it, that he didn't know that he was meeting the Proud Boys or members of the Proud Boys.
Because a Yang bro wouldn't hang out with a Proud Boy, would he?
No, because he was that whole, like, when he made bail and he went to a bar.
Oh yeah, okay.
And the whole, apparently his first lawyer was trying to get, and that first lawyer, what's his name?
I wasn't keeping track of the lawyers' names.
He was a Trump attorney, Lynn Wood or something like that.
Okay.
Was basically like, told him to stay in jail, didn't make bail, so he could keep fundraising. And now that dipshit's trying to keep the money, and it was a grift from the start. As soon as it happened, the lawyers started salivating and wringing their hands, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. I hope everybody. I hope he goes after Joy Reid, Joy Behar, MSNBC, CNN.
I hope he goes after all of them.
I hope he goes after all of them. Yeah.
I would like the media to go back to being news. Mm-hmm. This is what happened. A man was shot. A man was at a riot, a mostly peaceful protest, and shot 3 individuals, and that's it. Instead of all the, all the commentary and bullshit.
Yeah.
I
Like,
miss that. I miss news.
I miss news too. That, you know what the thing is like I think I mean the real travesty is that news just doesn't sell. That's the problem. So just telling people what happened and where it happened and when it happened and who did it, like that doesn't get ratings, right? What gets ratings is that you create a narrative around kind of what happens and you sell it to people that want to hear it, whether it's left or right shit. You know, you're just kind of like, how can I do this to appease whichever demographic I'm trying to reach? And unfortunately, that sells more than anything else that you or I would want. You know, just tell me what happened. I was actually, I get your take on it. I was chatting up my dad because I had to go home. That was another thing I had to do. I had to go home and help. He had a surgery, so I had to go out and help him with that. But so we were kind of arguing about what the freedom of the press is. You know what I mean?
Right?
He was saying that the press has a right to be truthful. And I said, I don't think they do. And I said, I think because it's the first.
Right or obligation?
Well, no, he said like he didn't say obligation. He said they have like they have a right, kind of like the argument that I had with him earlier. And this was like this. I say earlier, I mean months ago. Um, I mean way months and months ago, like when my son was first born. So he was there in June, and he was saying, well, you know, blah 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 blah, free speech, and I'm like, yeah, Trump totally has free speech, and he's like, but he's the president. I was like, but he's a citizen. So you think he should be able to lie about things? And I said, absolutely. I was like, that's freedom of speech. I was like, the minute that you start stipulating what's a truth and what's a lie, I was like, you just created somebody as a moral arbiter, and you've already created like some kind of bias, because already in the media they have these bogus fact checks that aren't really facts. You know what I mean? So I said it's just better to just let speech be speech. And because the freedom of the press is in the First Amendment, I was just kind of like, well, that's kind of like freedom of speech, but that has to do with like the public, like publishing of information. And so my argument was that the press didn't have to be truthful. Like the press, and he said no. Now, I guess I'd have to go look back in the Federalist Papers. I don't know, but the way I look at it is freedom of speech is in the First Amendment, and in the First Amendment, if we can allow private citizens to speak their minds, no matter if they're saying the world is flat or the earth is round, they have a right to that free speech. So why doesn't the press have the same freedom of speech? You know what I mean? So I mean, where are you sitting on that?
Well, they obviously do. They have the, you know, they can lie all they want. I mean, fuck Alex Jones, you know, and the whole crisis actors or whatever, and you know, just you can say whatever the fuck you want. However, that does not mean you're not going to be held liable for it.
That's exactly what I said. That is exactly what I said. But he said something like the press is I don't remember if he said obligated, but he said they had to be, and I was like, they don't have to be. That they can be sued. That's exactly what I said. So I think you and I are on the same page on that.
Yeah, if the press had to be truthful about things, that that would be unnerving.
Well, and
Because
also,
like you said,
yeah, go ahead.
or just like you said, you're then making you're saying, oh, okay, this is truth and this is fiction, and you're only allowed to tell this, you know, story A. So that would be a mess.
And most importantly, you kind of like have to appoint like somebody that you really hope is not going to be biased, because if they are biased, they're going to at some point alter what is truth and what's not truth, right? Like how does anybody really determine what is fact and what isn't, aside from
Well,
like stuff that's
that's.
purely objectional, right? Like the
I
sun.
mean, it sounds like the perfect opportunity to create the Ministry of Truth.
Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Create the ministry of truth. That's exact. That's spot on, dude. But yeah, like you can't silence speech that's not true, because obviously truth depends on who wields the sword, who has the power, right? Hmm. Well, a couple more topics and we'll jump off here and go about our lives. What do you keeping track of this infrastructure plan that's going to be going to the Senate very shortly?
Not not super. Like I said, I'm really actively trying to avoid a lot of new stuff. And even like cutting my media, what the time I have used for it down. But I know there's a bunch of really bad shit in there,
Mm-hmm.
like the mileage tax and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But well, I don't. Let me rephrase. It's the pilot program to test that. But you know, want to bet as soon as that happens, then there'll suddenly be a big shift to the you know electric cars and stuff like that versus how it's been, because you know that's fucking oil is big money.
I don't care what anybody says. I just think that I think the gasoline engine is better than the electric one, hands down. But that's another.
I don't want to say it's necessarily better, but um, I think people are deluding themselves if they say that that electric cars are the future and they're going to save the planet or whatever. The thing is nothing's going to save anything unless there are major overhauls to everything. And really, the planet doesn't need saving. Humans need saving, and humans are a scourge anyway. So fuck them. The
Hmm.
planet will be here long after we're gone. The planet was here long before we were around, and will be here long after we're gone. The planet can take care of itself.
I kind of, yeah, and human beings will adapt. They're the most sophisticated organisms on the planet,
Adapt or they'll die, whatever.
or they'll die. But I don't understand how, like, you can farm these batteries, right? And these batteries do an extreme amount of damage to the earth. Like lithium mining is just terrible. And these batteries are only going to last you 10 years. So even if your car is still in working order, you're going to have to get another lithium battery. Something else I saw was that in extreme cold temperatures, these batteries aren't going to fucking work. So that's going to be a problem too. And these cars don't create heat, which is also a problem in the wintertime. And there's just so many things that people don't think of. Oh, okay, I'm saving. Okay, so you still plug it into the power grid. Where's the electricity coming from in the power grid? There's not enough solar and wind power to do that.
Really,
So
what they need to do is go back to nuclear power.
I actually thought of that, and I suggested that to a very intelligent friend of mine, and they said the problem with that is that there's no way there's gonna put like a. I was like, for one, that's not gonna happen for a while, and two, this because I was like, well, what if you put the nuclear reactor in the car? That'd be cool, right? Like take it in for like 100,000 mile oil change, right? Like, and then they put in like a new thing of uranium in there. He's like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. People would figure out how to make their cars bombs. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, but sure, we need to go off of nuclear power, but now you have to, they did like infrastructure wise, you just, that is so much money at the state level that, you know, imagine if you lived in Kansas. Like, there's nothing in that fucking state. Now you're gonna have to put charging stations closer than you have gas stations. And then one more thing is that the one place that combustible engines exceed the capabilities of electrical motors is interstate highway driving. Because once that car gets to highway speeds and sits in cruise control, it is so much more energy efficient, like gallons per mile versus like kilovolts per mile than the electric car is. It's just physics, man. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. And somehow develop a car that has some awesome horsepower or torque capabilities so I can go off road, because sometimes you need to go off road, or sometimes you need to really tow shit. You know, I had a trailer on the back of my truck for almost 2 weeks moving households. How am I going to do that with an electric car? How?
With the Tesla truck.
The Tesla truck? Oh, so the truck I have now that cost $50,000, I buy something that costs $120,000 to have the capability. Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. Affordability is also very important too. But you know what's funny, Darian, is in that bill, the subsidies don't go to Tesla. They go to GM. They go to Ford. They go to Chrysler. They don't, like, Tesla does not get any federal subsidies out of that bill.
Well, if I recall, Elon Musk doesn't want any more government money.
It's not that he doesn't want it, it's that they won't give it to him.
No. He was saying straight up, like when the terms and stuff, when they get their money, they paid off one of their early loans.
I know what you're talking about, but this is different. This is like a tax credit. This is like you putting solar panels on your house. You claim it on your taxes and you get money back. So if you buy an electric vehicle, it has to be from GM, Ford, or Chrysler. It has to be from the top three. If you buy an electric vehicle from Tesla, you cannot claim that on your taxes. That has nothing to do with Elon Musk getting money. That has to do with you getting money back. Yeah, they don't like Elon. You know, the same people that got bailouts in 2008. You know, those are the guys that are going to get, that you're going to get. The government's going to encourage you to purchase a vehicle from. Shit. What was that other? I had one more topic I really wanted to pick your brain on. I should have wrote it down. I should have fucking wrote it down. Can you hear any of that?
No.
Oh, Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine,
Jeffrey's boo. What do you know about it?
Did you say Ghislaine?
Yes, I did. I know you. I know if there's one story you're keeping up on, it's that one. So give
not
me
too much, because there isn't any coverage of it.
I know.
There's nothing to keep up on, except that the trial's supposed to start next week or something like that, or next month.
No, it was supposed to start the 28th. I swear. Oh, hold on.
That's today. It wouldn't start today, so maybe next week.
Okay. Okay, so 29. So tomorrow. Okay. So what do I need to know as the guy that only knows that he didn't kill himself, or
they're not gonna tell us anything. They're not, it's not gonna be a media circus around it, because if there happens to be a bombshell moment in court, they want to be able to keep it down and keep it concealed.
Like what? Like a senator or president or somebody comes out in her testimony or some shit? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, something.
Okay. But why would they want to keep it on the down low?
Probably because they know that Epstein had dirt on everybody because our government's a crooked bunch of pedophiles, and yeah,
So you're saying they would want to keep it on the down low because they're afraid that Maxwell would get killed?
no, that like something might, they knew the people who visited Jeffrey Epstein's island or homes or whatever compounds.
Uh huh.
Um, they're powerful individuals with a lot to lose. Powerful individuals tend to meddle in politics or are in politics, and
So
nobody, none of them want anything to come out with their name attached to it. They don't want to be, publicly attached to all this stuff.
I guess what I'm asking is like, are they keeping it on the hush because the court system wants the opportunity to cover it up, or they keep it on the hush because they want the opportunity to go after these people?
I think more to cover it up.
That's what I would think too. Mm-hmm. So what do you think's the deal with her? Is she gonna get prison time?
Oh yeah, I think they're gonna throw her under the bus for everything Epstein did.
Is she gonna magically kill herself in prison?
Depends on how much information she really has. I think they're gonna have to feel it out.
So you watched that special on Netflix, the four season.
No.
Okay. Well, there's a few of the victims that actually come out and make statements on the Netflix. Like, are those people gonna be there? Like, I mean, just give me your general everything you want to throw out about this because I'm kind of curious. You seem like you would just. I mean, you're the guy that's always got the Epstein didn't kill himself shit. So, just whatever you want to say, you got the floor.
Oh, that's pretty much it. I don't know anything about the case. I haven't been following it because, frankly, I'm surprised she's still alive. Um, but it kind of just boils down to powerful individuals want to keep information secret. And I think if she starts dropping bombs like naming names and stuff like that, I think that she might decide that she wants to hang herself in her cell. The security cameras mysteriously turned off.
Did anything ever happen to those guys? Like the prison or the guards that were on duty? Did anything happen to them?
I don't think so. I think the guards got a slap on the wrist. I think the administrator got transferred or something, but that probably doesn't, come close to the money they were given, allegedly.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know, man. I think I don't know. What do you think? You think she gets convicted, right? You think she's not getting out of this? Her sentence, you say, depends on how much dirt she gives up.
And I think her survival depends on how much dirt she starts giving up. Um, I don't think there's any way for her to get out of this unless she has enough information that she can bargain with, or I should say, evidence, proof
Mm-hmm.
But I think any proof she has would also damn her. And so, you know,
Well, as long as she didn't give up Bill, then she would be okay, right?
not necessarily, because there's a lot of other powerful people too. I mean, Bill, the Clintons, the Clintons are one of the most powerful families in the country, but they, no, I think Hillary overplayed her hand, and I think the public's pretty much done with her. Pretty much done with the Clintons altogether.
Mm. Yeah. 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 I don't know. Just part of me just wants. I just want to see her bring down like everybody she can bring down.
It'd be beautiful.
It would. It would be beautiful.
I think if she did that, then she'd be signing her own death warrant.
You know what? Oh, you know what's also interesting is the fact that it took the FBI so fucking long to arrest this woman. Like this woman was a free woman for a while, and then they only were going after her like the past 2 years in which they caught her. You know, like it's almost like it took a Netflix documentary to come out to show like she actually had something to do with how Jeffrey was getting these women. And they're like, oh, maybe we should go after her and ask her questions. And then, you know what I mean? Like, this woman was a free woman for a long time and was probably like Jeffrey's culpable for the actions, but she's culpable for getting the women there. So I mean, equally under the law, they're not facing the same sentences, but they're both guilty and should be punished, right? But yeah, I don't know, should be interesting. I did see something on the tweet horn. Hold on, let me pull it up. I'm pulling it up for you since you're staying off the Twitter. Okay, so somebody posted, and let me just save this, and then let me send you a Discord message. Boo, boo, doo, doo, doo.
Well, why don't you read it and share with the whole class?
Okay. Well, it's basically I'm sending you a picture of a phone number that you can call in and listen to the case. So by the time I had found this, I don't know if it's true or not, but someone's like, well, maybe you gotta. Oh, it says this starts Monday, so that's tomorrow. So you give it a shot, dude. I'm gonna give it a shot. I think the trial starts at 9 o'clock Eastern time.
I'm a little gonna be a little bit preoccupied.
At 8, 7, 6 in the morning, you're preoccupied.
I'll be getting ready to go get my snippety snip.
All right. Well, I guess I will do it.
I'm basically waking up, popping a pill, taking a shit, brushing my teeth, and getting my junk handled.
Well, at any rate, you get that done. You also get the last word because I got to get out of here. I gotta. Like, it is a mess around here. It is just fucking chaos, bro. See that? It's just chaos, and it's been chaos.
You look like you're in a single wide.
I feel like it. I feel like I'm in a brick single wide. It's government housing.
Well, I don't really have much of a final word. Just do what you need to not make extra babies that you don't plan on. And Epstein didn't kill himself. Ghislaine didn't kill herself. And taxation is theft.
Well done, sir. Got the tax part in there too. Well, I'm glad to know you're alive.
Yeah, think about how much your tax money went to the fucking
the Russian collusion scandal. Wait,
yeah, that too.
What do you mean? None of my tax money went to Kenosha Kyle.
Well, not your money, but tax money in general.
Yeah.
The public tax money.
A lot, yeah. For 1 year of.
And,
what? Yeah.
And,
yeah.
How much is going to go to all this other.
Well, and then
the government doesn't need more money. The government needs to fucking stop spending money.
I agree. So when I retire, everybody watching, I'm gonna run for public office. Vote for me. And Darian.
I'm not voting for you.
I mean, you're not gonna have to vote for me because you'll be running with me.
Fuck no. I'm not gonna be a part of that system. I could just see that. That's our campaign. Fuck this. Don't vote for us. Don't vote for anybody.
It's kind of, yeah. That's like
Don't participate in the system.
Exactly. Hey, fuck social media. Yeah, follow us on social media.
Yeah, I could totally see that. Just running for office, but going to any debate or whatever, like, yeah, this is a fucking corrupt system. Don't vote for us. Don't participate. The only way to change it is to not participate. Oh fuck! What's that quote from War Game? Strange game. The only winning move seems to be to not play.
What is this?
From War Game.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie.
What? I guess you're too young. Classic.
I haven't seen it. But yeah.
But it was basically a powerful supercomputer back in the 70s or 80s. I think it was 81. I think it was early 80s. Powerful supercomputer. It was designed to, deal with missile attacks from Russia.
Oh, wait. Is that the one that has, that's the one that has, oh my god.
Roderick Ferris Bueller.
Okay, wait. I think I've seen this movie. Oh, no, that's a different one. Never mind.
But yeah, basically, this kid hacks into the system and wants to play this game, global thermonuclear war.
Mm-hmm.
They've got chess, they've got checkers, or tic-tac-toe, chess, and global thermonuclear war. So he hacks into it. The government thinks, sees the computer doing all this stuff, thinking that there's an imminent Russian attack. And the system acts like it's going to fire the missiles back. But then, they realize that it's just a game, but then the computer starts accessing the actual launch codes, and crisis is averted when the kid makes the computer play tic-tac-toe by itself.
I swear I might have seen it, but then again I might not have, because there were a lot of similar movies like that in the 80s.
Yeah, and then it gets the launch codes and it starts running through all the simulations of attacks and all the different scenarios, and when Russia launches first and US launches first and this and that, and just shows complete annihilation, and that was the quote. A strange game. The only winning move is not to play. How about a nice game of chess?
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, I like it.
So there it is. That's our voting system. The only winning move is not to play.
Oh, I was gonna ask you one more thing. What game are you playing nowadays?
Not a lot, but I got my foot pedals working and stuff, so I've been playing MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, a little bit here and there. Haven't played in a couple weeks, week and a half. Mostly I'm just playing bass, man. I'm trying to limit my computer time and my screen time in general. Phone, computer.
Well, good for you.
But, yep. Turn off your phones, turn off your computers, go outside, enjoy life.
Yes, all of the above.
Don't play the game.
Well, if you don't play the game, you can't win.
The only winning move is not to play.
That's beautiful. Hey, everybody, if you like the video, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment,
on social
share the
media.
video.
Delete your social media. Like and subscribe, then delete your social media.
Make sure you share it with someone who still has the social media. But yeah, with that being said, I'm Jake.
I'm Drake.
It's Jake Drake Show. Hopefully, I will be on next week. Hopefully.
Without the stash, man.